Hey everyone, this is Michelle here. I'm going to show you how I put on my foundation with our Perfect Blenderful and our Botanical Foundation. This is our Botanical Foundation. As you can see that I'm getting kind of low, but I'm not worried because there's still a lot left in this. This is our concealers that I use. This is the number 0 concealer and the number 1 concealer. This shade is Gina Beige. So just what all I'm going to do is I get my sponge wet. I love to apply a thin foundation, and so to do that you could achieve that by getting your Blenderful wet. So it's a little damp. I'm going to put it in, I'm going to turn it a quarter turn and turn it back a quarter of a turn. That's all the makeup that I'm really going to be needing. Okay, so I have this going on right here, and I don't want to put my sponge over it until the very last thing. And the reason why is because I don't want to, I just cleaned this and I don't want to take those germs and spread it all around on my face. So my sponge is pretty wet because I have cleaned it several times today. And so because it is really, really wet, you can see, look at all that makeup that just came off of it. And I just turned it a quarter of a turn, right? I'm just gonna put a little bit more on, turn a quarter of a turn, and I'm gonna apply it right here. And on my nose. Okay, now I'm gonna work on this part here. I'm going to take a, you know whenever you take when you take green and red and you combine them together, it's going to neutralize the color for each other. Because this is red, I know you don't, I'm trying not to show you out my nose. Because this is red, I'm going to apply the number 1, which has a green tint to it. Do you see that? It's going to cancel out. The sponge is too wet, sorry. I'm gonna take my finger. There. I'm using different fingers so I don't spread it. Now, do you see how that's covered that up? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back with my Blenderful with a little bit of foundation on it. And I'm going to blend it. Now, since that was the last time that I went over that area with my Blenderful, I'm not going to use this again. And I'm going to sanitize my hands. Then I'm going to sanitize my foundations. Okay. Using a sanitizing wipe. There we go. All right, now let's move on. Let's finish out this look. I'm going to put on our bronzer. Again, I'm using LimeLight's bronzer. I love all of LimeLight's products, and that's what you're gonna see me use all the time. Now, if I don't use something, there's maybe 1 or 2 products that I don't use that I have in my makeup bag, but very, very rarely do I ever use those. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit of bronzer to contour a little bit here. I like using the bronzer because it's really blendable. I put it on really thick and I blend. This is one thing that I use that is not a LimeLight product. I do like the short brushes on it. It's not meant for this, but I like to use it for this. Okay. Now, I'm going to use our other LimeLight brush. It's a pointed blender, and I'm going to put on, and this is my palette that I use for my face. This is my translucent powder, my bronzer. This is number 6 highlight blush that I like to use for highlighter, and this is number 1 Alive Blush. So I don't need a lot of color, and so you saw me tap in it very, very little. Tap off the extra, and I'm just going to apply and blend back. Key to it is blending, blending, blending. And do the same thing. Tap twice or 3 times, tap off. So let's go over that. Your bronzer is down here below your cheekbone. Your blush is on your cheekbone. Above your cheekbone, you're going to apply your highlighter. You never want to apply anything between your eye and your cheekbone. That needs to stay neutral, okay? The other thing that I do is I take a little bit of my bronzer and I blend it in up here. Just kind of bringing my forehead down. I do have a big forehead for some reason. God created me with a forehead. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to, I could continue to use this brush, but I like to use separate ones to keep them different. I'm going to use my angled blush brush, and I'm going to tap it into this one right here. There is some sparklies in there, and so it's going to add to, it's just going to highlight. So I just kind of dab in, and I'm dabbing right along there. Notice I'm not getting above that. Adding a little bit, see that little shimmer right there? It's just that highlight is enhancing that cheekbone. When in doubt, blend it out. Now I do have that little place right there that I need to touch up. Now the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to put a little bit on my nose. A little bit on my chin. Do you see how that brightens that up? And then I'm going to put a little bit right here. And I'm going to add a little bit on my temple. Okay, I'm going to kind of go with a nude lip today. And so I'm using LimeLight's number 2 Nude, Light Nude lip liner. And I'm going to go ahead and put it all over my lips, just adding it for color. Okay. Now I'm going to finish it off with, this is Grace. This is Grace, our LimeLight lip gloss. I love them. It's not sticky. It's not really thick. You can go on with a very, very thin coat, and it has pigment in it. There we go. There's my finished look today. So what have I used today? I have used LimeLight products. I used these four. Actually, I didn't even use my finishing spray, or sorry, my translucent powder. I do need to finish up with my finishing spray. This is our LimeLight finishing spray. It will last up to 16 hours. You could get up in the morning, and by the time you come home, your makeup is still going to be in place. You're not going to have to touch up very, very little, except for maybe your lips. And that's because you're eating and you're drinking throughout the day. So all you're going to do is spray. There we go. I am set. So thanks for joining me on my YouTube channel. I hope to see you guys soon again. I will be doing more video trainings. May God bless you all and have a wonderful rest of your day.